got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for Brooklyn, Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Lopez in at center, locking down the middle. Then it's Pierce, and it's Garnett in at the 4-man position. And for the Pelicans, the backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. And it's Smith in at the center, locking down the middle. Then there's Tyreke Evans, and it's Davis in at the 4. That free throw, no good.
If you're in the Western Conference and don't want to finish near the bottom, you've got to be able to rack up some wins against the East. And New Orleans, with a young team that's trying to find itself, just didn't have a good record against the Eastern Conference.
He doesn't get the second one. Well, Clark, you spoke about the Pelicans' record against the East last season. They were just 12 and 18, and that was the second worst mark for anyone out west.
Well, you could see they were timid at times. They were unsure of themselves. They just didn't have enough talent, enough belief in themselves, and it showed. Anytime they went on the road, west or east, it felt like they were in some trouble.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Williams against Smith. Williams passes to Lopez.
It seems for the past few years, the only time you heard about Brook Lopez's name was in what the Nets would give up for Dwight Howard. I mean, well, all of that talk goes away now, at least for a minute, because he signed that extension with the Nets. And because of that, I think he was more comfortable, and it showed in his production on the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits one, then this is the second attempt from the free throw line. On defense, the Nets. And Holiday kicks to Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And for Brook Lopez, a max contract going into last season. It raised some eyebrows for sure, but the way he's elevated his game, it looks like right now at least, he's been worth every penny.
Yeah, I agree with that. First-time All-Star. He improved as a shot blocker and a rebounder. And, you know, I thought he should have gotten maybe some votes at least for most improved player last season. Big reason why the Nets improved so much.
That's a good point. Now here is Holiday after the miss from Deron Williams. Holiday dishes to Evans. Outside Gordon. Clock at 6. Can't get it to go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Williams against Smith. Garnett with the screen for Williams. Pass to Garnett. Right side Pierce. Williams kicks to Garnett. And Davis sends it back. And he gets it back.
Still scoreless after 4 attempts, trying to take the lid off the basket.
It's tipped. Stolen by Pierce. And now Williams inside. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, he's a very creative passer, but he's also a very smart playmaker as well.
That's a nice combination, isn't it, Steve? I mean, decision-making and passing ability. He's the guy they want with the ball in his hands every time down the court because he can be trusted and counted on to make easy plays for his teammates.
And the first one at the line is good. He's off on the second.
An up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Here's Williams. The Pelicans make their last shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Plays it up and banks it in. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in 1 game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Anthony Davis. Johnson kicks to Williams. Lopez, a screen on Evans. Outside, Pierce takes a 3. Pelicans pull it in. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
A bit ago, Jason Kidd and I were able to chat. He said a big factor in this game will be how well they limit penetration by Tyreke Evans. He said he's so unique in that he's so big and so strong and also tremendously slippery and elusive off the bounce. But we've really got to cut off his right hand and then dare him to shoot over the top. I'd rather he have a wide-open look from 18, 19 feet than a clear lane to the rim any day of the week. Kevin, the marching order, pretty clear-cut.
Thanks, Doris.
In my opinion, Brook Lopez, guys, quite possibly is the best scoring 7-footer in the game. I mean, he has terrific skills on the low block. And he's able to step out and knock that outside shot down from out to the 3-point line.
And for Brook Lopez last season, Steve, almost 20 points a game, shooting over 50%.
His best season ever, Kevin. I think he's really evolved into one of the top centers in the league, a big-time elite interior threat. And as you know, that's kind of rare these days in the NBA.
And he can't get the first one.
You know, the Nets really turned things around last season, guys, and a big part of that was them turning around their road record a bit. Turned some of those losses into wins, and much better on the road. It got them the 4th seed in the East.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And he's good on the second. And for the Nets, who looked so much better when they were out on the road last season, actually ended with the 2nd-best road record, Steve, in the Eastern Conference.
And you remember their hot start to the season last year. Well, a lot of that was them coming in ready and winning games on the road. Eventually, they cooled off, made a coaching change, and then all the huge offseason moves. So this is really something to watch this year, a pretty exciting club.
I'll tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now here's Williams. Knocks it loose, taken away by Holiday. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Out of bounds. Nets ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. It's lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. And they hang on to possession.
Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Brook Lopez. Here's Johnson, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. 6 to shoot. Garnett the pass to Johnson. His first attempt of the game finds the target.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Pelicans leading by 5. And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Holiday against Williams. Evans outside. Back to Holiday. From the arc, and he gets it to go. Holiday's got 5 men.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
And Brooklyn has possession. Johnson outside. The kick out to Pierce. There's Williams, and that one's good. 5 points in the game.
Broke out the finger roll, guys. That was kind of a stylish finish.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, he looks like he wants to toy around with some of their sets and matchups here.
You know, I don't think you can afford to go through a whole game doing the same thing over and over, and you have to be able to adjust on the fly, just like he's doing here.
Pelicans leading by 6. Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. And Holiday kicks to Evans. He feeds it to Davis. The basket good off the assist from Evans. That's 10 points for Anthony Davis.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Kicks it to Johnson. Johnson off the pick from Garnett. And again, Joe Johnson.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 5. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Holiday's got 7.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
Here's Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Outside Gordon. Williams against Holiday. On the wing, Evans. Back to Holiday. That's tipped. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Excellent D there from Williams.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously, great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
And Davis sends it back. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. So for the Nets, Reggie Evans, he's checked in for Garnett. Karolinko comes in for Pierce. And it's Terry in for Darren Williams. On defense, New Orleans. They lead by 4. Terry against Rivers. Count the bucket. Terry's got his first basket. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
Now Karolinko after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Johnson with it, picked up by Rivers, and the basket by Johnson.
I tell you what, I can't argue with the result, but a little unnecessary to go to the off-balance shot there.
Rivers with it. He kicks to Steamsma. They need this one, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
And, of course, you look at the numbers. John Stockton with 3,265 steals over his career. Really a crazy number, averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
That's good from Steamsma.
Well, this season, a new mascot, new team colors, and a brand new state-of-the-art 50,000 square foot practice facility for the Pelicans. It's not just a new paint job, folks. This is a franchise doing some exciting stuff.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Clark, you mentioned the new colors for the Pelicans. No longer the purple, teal, and gold of the Hornets, but blue, gold, and red from the city flag of New Orleans. He looks pretty good.
It does look good. And remember the other connections. I mean, the blue is featured on the Louisiana state flag. Gold, a Mardi Gras color, of course. You know, and then you think about the connection to the plumage of the brown pelican, which I've studied for years. And then, of course, red. I mean, the red represents... I have no idea what red represents.
New Orleans in the lead. Now Rivers. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And the foul on Andre Kirilenko. That's his first foul.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
Anderson dishes to Gordon. And it's blocked by Johnson.
This is really ugly, guys. I mean, he can't get anything to go.
And the basket by Gordon. Here's Terry. 1:58 left in the first quarter. He dishes it to Blotch. And the pass to Johnson. That is good. Johnson's got 10 points.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
Now, here's Aminu. Feeds it to Rivers. Steamsma pass to Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. And it's Kirilenko with the rebound. Brooklyn trailing. 1:12 left to play here in the first. Evans inside. He's guarded by Rivers. And the basket by Kirilenko.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like it.
Gordon kicks to Rivers. Rivers off a pick from Steamsma. Terry against Rivers. Here's Steamsma. The shot is off. Nice D from Blotch.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
A reverse. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Now, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
The finish, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof.
Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offense.
Second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nets?
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
Another thing, I mean, they've done a great job early of creating chaos on defense, being disruptive and getting steals through the first half of today's game.
Kirilenko dishes to Williams. Here's Lopez, and too long on the shot.
Drew Holiday established himself as an elite player in a breakout year. When the team decided to move Iguodala, they were looking for a leader, and their young point guard stepped right into that role.
Pass to Evans. To the left side wing. Rivers. And the three ball is good. Rivers has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for New Orleans. The Nets with the lead. And for Drew Holiday, with the departure of Iguodala and Lou Williams, the ball was in his hands a lot more last season. Of course, as we know, he made his first All-Star game appearance.
Well, he really produced, Kevin. I mean, upped his scoring, almost doubled his assists, received a lot of votes for most improved. And you mentioned the All-Star game. I mean, he's just 23 years old, so it's got to feel good for Philadelphia to have their point guard of the future.
Out to the wing. Smith with a screen on Terry. Rivers against Terry. Wing shot on the way. The shot is off. The Nets go the other way with it. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Dishes it to Williams. The kick out to Pierce. Out to the wing. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school, just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Aminu with a screen for Holiday. Off the screen. Goes back up. And it's blocked by Kirilenko. Here's the pass to Kirilenko. Williams kicks to Terry. Here's Kirilenko. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Evans with the steal. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
And the Nets making a change here. Garnett's checked in. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And here is Williams. He's got 5. Pierce with it. And Holiday picks him up defensively. And that one's good. Pierce has got 4 this quarter.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Man, it's not necessarily strategic, Mark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, as you know, Jason Kidd has always been perceptive, and when he retired from playing, he said his thought process went like this. All right, let's take a look at your resume, Jason. You have no financial background. You have basketball. That's what you have for your whole life. So next was going to be basketball. And once he and his agent started to explore the opportunities, the coaching position with the Nets emerged, and Kidd said things moved to, quote, warp speed after that. Kevin, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, good situation for him. Thanks, Doris. Garnett dishes to Williams. Cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Nets lead.
You know, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
You know, he just isn't pleased at all with the looks they've given up defensively inside. So I think this timeout is all about trying to get his group to tighten up defensively.
They just don't look very sharp to me on the defensive side.
Lopez against Smith. Passes it to Holiday. The feed to Davis. Clock at 6. Shoots a fader. Brooklyn with the rebound. Garnett's got 4 rebounds in this game. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He said, "We're going to make things much easier on ourselves if we can establish a better interior game, and it starts with opening gaps in the defense and making sharp feeds into the post." He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Williams kicks to Garnett, shoots from the elbow. Misses off the left iron. Pelicans trail by 12. Outside Holiday. Rivers passes to Smith. New Orleans moving the ball around. Evans outside. Smith dishes to Evans. A fader. That's good.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Now here's Williams. He's got 7.
You know, last season for the Nets, high expectations, guys. They were the runaway pick to be the most improved team in the league, and ownership stressed that their goal was nothing less than a championship. They had a bumpy stretch at one point, steadied themselves, but still a third head coach now in the span of a year.
For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Rivers, and the lead is down inside single digits. Rivers has got 7 now in this quarter.
Boy, nice work inside. Tough to get that shot over a big defender like that.
Oh, that takes skill and creativity, Steve, particularly on the release to make sure he doesn't get a hand on it.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And when the coaching change was made for the Nets, a lot was made of some of the comments by Darren Williams. Steve admitting that he'd been more comfortable with the offense in Utah.
Well, which is kind of ironic because when he was in Utah, sometimes he complained about the style of play. I think the big thing is for Darren Williams, his teams just have to win, and he has to lead. He's being paid as a superstar, and it's up to him to lead his club, and I think that's what he's trying to do this year.
And Garnett, that's good.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Gordon kicks to Rivers. Evans goes in. And Pierce pulls it down. Pierce has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And he gets the bucket. Williams has got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
How about that play? Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Anderson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. New Orleans shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Gordon, no good on the free throw.
There were high hopes for New Orleans in what would be their final season as the Hornets last year, but they ended up struggling in part because they didn't win at home, but also they had some injuries that affected the team as well. They had the fewest home wins in the entire West.
Pelicans trail by 12. Rivers passes to Gordon. Gordon off a pick from Anderson. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 points.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Pierce against Evans. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for the Pelicans, injuries definitely put a hampering on their hopes for the season. But, Steve, even then, you would have thought they would have been tougher at home than they really were.
Yeah, how about that? Only 16 wins at home. And if you can't at least go 500 in your own building, you're on your way to the lottery. But that's okay. And New Orleans has added some pieces. Drew Holiday comes in. Because of that lottery pick, they're able to trade. This is an interesting young team.
Pelicans ended up being the name that New Orleans chose when it was all over. And I like the new look uniforms, but they had some other options as well that sounded pretty good to me. How about the brass? Because it gives nod to the music that New Orleans has popularized.
The Nets making a switch here. Watch is checked in. And Williams drops them both. Well, definitely a nice sounding name. Other options were the Swamp Dogs, the Bull Sharks, the Mosquitoes. Steve, all in all, you have to think they went the right way with the Pelicans.
I don't know. My personal favorite was the Rougarou. I don't even know what that means, but that was in the mix. Would have puzzled a lot of other people around the country besides me, but better than Mosquitoes, that's for sure. Pelicans was probably the right way to go. Looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
Now the dish to Pierce. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Pierce has got 10 points in the quarter.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Here's Rivers, and he makes good on the layup.
It's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
Johnson dishes to Evans. Here's Pierce. Sinks the 15-footer. Pierce has got 12.
You know, there's a lot of guys who can hit shots when they're left open, but I'm amazed by his ability to hit shots with defenders draped all over him.
Yeah, almost high-fiving him on the follow-through is what it looks like. He knows exactly how much space he needs to get his shot off, and he doesn't even worry about the rest of it. You know, the Nets certainly made a big turnaround last season, guys, going from a team that was in the lottery to a team that finished in the middle of the pack of the playoff race. But you got to wonder if the heavy contracts they have tied their hands going forward.
And that one misses. Well, going back to your point with the Nets, Clark, they did get a lot better and have a solid core, but they also have a lot of money tied up, and if they improve, it'll have to be through the draft. But you know what, Steve, I don't see them getting a high pick anytime soon.
Well, particularly not after the big trade they made. You know, getting Pierce and Garnett and Jason Terry, they had to give up 3 picks to Boston in that deal. But this is an organization that has decided to go for it, and they're going to pay a lot of money in salary.
Got a piece of it. Williams with the ball. 13 points in the game. Pass to Johnson. Johnson right side. Back to Williams. Right side, Williams. Here's Blotch. Shot's good. Blotch has got his second basket.
They have to box out better than that. I mean, that putback is just another example of the difference between these two teams.
Impact big when he got minutes, and getting amnestied by Washington might have been the wake-up call that his career needed.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Pelicans trail by 13. And to go back, Clark, to Andre Blotch, what a turnaround after being cut loose by the Wizards last season. Arguably the best of his career with Brooklyn.
Well, we knew he had talent all along. I thought a big part of it was motivation and a culture of accountability. Some players are self-starters. Other guys need coaches and teammates to push them. But I thought Blotch probably had his best season yet last year. Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Evans outside. Gordon off a pick from Steamsman. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. 12 points for Eric Gordon.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
Here's Johnson. That drops. Johnson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Some killer instinct he showed right there, exploding to the rim and adding to that lead.
Evans. Here's Steamsma. And he finishes nicely on the way.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
We've got 1:08 left to play here in the half. Williams against Gordon. Williams kicks to Kirilenko. He feeds it to Evans. Banked in off the glass.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams. Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Nets leading by 11. Kicks it to Johnson. Back to Williams. Watch inside. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists in the game. And here are the Pelicans. Evans passes to Gordon. 16 seconds left in the first half. And he gets the bucket. Steamsmer's got 6. And here we go with Darren Williams. He's got 13. Watch inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And stolen by Darren Williams. And that does it for the first half of play. Nets lead by 13. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
I'm here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, one of the challenges with having such a deep roster like yours is figuring out everyone's roles in the system. How is the new chemistry coming together with a mix of all-star talent?
We're just trying to feel one another out. And, it's a long season. So obviously early in this young season, man, we're just taking our time right now, trying to feel our way through everything, and everything else take care of itself.
There's no doubt it's a process, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, stay right where you are for the halftime show. Then we'll be back for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Time now for the Tuesday Roundup, coming to you on 2K Sports. Brooklyn up on top against New Orleans. Active hands is the way you describe their play. Getting a good amount of steals. They're playing up defensively and picking them off. The first half performance from Darren Williams, just fantastic. 13 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. For the Pelicans, though, they've looked out of sync. Too many turnovers. Tough to win when you're giving the ball away as easily as they have. They need to start playing smarter basketball in the second half. An unbelievable half from Anthony Davis. He's got 10 points and not much to complain about with his shot selection either. A nice field goal percentage in the first half. And that'll do it for us here in the studio. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the game.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
Well, Williams has been great. He's got 13 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
I'll say, defensively, he's fought his way through this game beautifully. They haven't gotten away with any loose passes, any sloppy ball handling when he's in the vicinity.
Lopez with the ball. Now Smith defending. Pelicans trail by 13. Holiday, he kicks to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Johnson. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got the first bucket of the third here for New Orleans.
Well, that's one way to get your second half started on the right foot. An easy layup against some soft defense.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, Andre Kirilenko declined a second-year player option on his contract with the Timberwolves worth $10 million. He had to settle for a lot less in Brooklyn, but at least a chance to play for a stacked team looking to contend for a title. Kevin?
Well, they've definitely added some quality size, Doris. No question about that. We'll see how they do.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside. Another season and another drop in the numbers from Tyreke Evans, including his minutes. But if you look at his percentages, it was the most efficient scoring of his career so far. A lot has been said about him slumping since his historic 25-5 rookie season, but fans should be encouraged by how he played.
The first one falls. And for Tyreek Evans, a player who's had the ball in his hands his whole life, it's had to, be a tough adjustment, learning to play off the ball.
Yeah, I think that's been the big challenge. And he's not a great shooter, so players who are used to handling the ball and don't shoot particularly well, now all of a sudden it's a really big adjustment trying to figure out that new position.
So he gets them both. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. Outside Williams. He dishes it to Garnett. Baseline J on the way, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I'd like to see more of that from him. He's been passing up his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones he takes. He's got to be more aggressive.
14 feet away, and it's Evans missing. Nets leading by 11. Pierce with it. Evans picks him up. Pierce dishes to Williams. Looks for Garnett. He gets it to him. Fades away. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Gordon's got his third rebound tonight. The pass to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. No good. Johnson with the defensive effort. Holiday gets the bucket.
No defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Outside, Pierce. Pierce gets the screen from Lopez. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. You talk about big-time career assists. These are the players all-time with the gift of assist. And you look at this list of the all-time leaders, you're looking at the legends of the game, the greats of the game, past and present.
Yeah, names like Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, John Stockton. Of course, not just great passers, but you look at the longevity. I mean, that's an achievement in its own right.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin. Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. The strategy included running the offense through Gordon. Coach has called on him to play a very big role at that end of the floor tonight, and as far as he's concerned, that hasn't quite taken shape yet. There was something else he mentioned, too. He wants them to utilize the pick and roll as much as possible in their coming possessions. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks again, Doris.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Timeout called the Nets.
Well, what you love about Drew Holiday is his strong body, his size at the point guard position. He's about 6'4", still very young, but an all-star last year. I think he's only going to get better.
Three minutes gone now in the third quarter. Johnson attacking. Stolen by Gordon. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. And it's sent back by Lopez. The Pelicans have had an off night from the stripe tonight.
Jason Smith at the line for 2.
The free throw drops for Smith. he can't hit the second. Nets leading by 5. Johnson goes in. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Williams takes the 3, and he gets it to go. Williams has got 16.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
And Holiday kicks to Evans. Back to Holiday. Feeds it to Evans. Pass to Holiday. For the 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Johnson, the pass to Pierce. There's Williams with the 3, and the Nets another 3.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Holiday off a pick from Davis. Holiday attacking, pulls up on the wing, blocked. Here's Smith. Nets leading by 11. Johnson with it, picked up by Davis. Rejected by Evans. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
He just has not been a viable option for them this quarter.
Williams against Holiday. Goes up the baseline. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Dishes to Gordon. Smith sets the pick for Gordon. They need this. It'll go, and the Nets lead is get back down to 11. Big bucket there from Smith.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
It's stolen by Davis. And here's Holiday. 9 points in the game so far. And Davis can't get it to go. Nets leading by 11.
Well, for the Brooklyn Nets, the 9th best record in the league last season. Good size inside and on the wings. They felt like they needed to ramp it up a bit to compete with Miami and LeBron James.
Smith with a screen on Garnett. Tries it from the top of the key. Garnett grabs the board.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Holiday against Johnson. Passes it to Lopez. Puts it up from 12. The rebound by Holiday. Holiday's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Clark, you were talking about the Nets' size, the 2nd best rebounding team in the NBA, Steve, last season.
Yeah, they really controlled the glass. Good rotation in their front court with the size and the tenacity. Now, of course, they've got additional help with Garnett and Kirilenko. So this is a team that can really hit the boards and dominate the paint.
So for the Nets, Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Smith. Aminu comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Austin Rivers in for Drew Holiday. And that one falls for Davis. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Williams. He's got 21. Tipped away. Stolen by Rivers. Here's Gordon. Soft touch off the glass. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
And Blatch gets it to go on the assist by Williams. Williams has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Gordon kicks to Rivers. Williams with the block. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Steamsma checked in for New Orleans. Rivers against Williams. Rivers off a pick from Steamsma. Rivers dishes to Anderson. Clock at 6. The feed to Rivers. It's Anderson with the drive. Makes it off the glass. Nets leading by 6. Williams in the post, defended by Gordon. That's good. 23 points for Williams.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Rivers passes to Gordon. Left side, Gordon. Great D that time from Bloch.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Evans, he's checked in for Williams. Here's Gordon. He's got 16. The dish to Rivers. Pass to Steamsma. Up top, Rivers. He's guarded by Johnson. Rivers a screen on Bloch. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gordon. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Gordon's got 18 points in the game.
Well, he's very strong inside, particularly as a finisher. So even if you give him a hard foul, hard contact, nothing seems to bother him. And this guy, as a result, is a good scorer.
Exactly. That's about the only way to stop him once he's making a run at the hoop. Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Now here's Rivers. He's got 9. Aminu with it. Back to Anderson. Lets it fly from 18. Can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Outside for Bloch. The pass to Johnson. Again, the Nets for 2.
That kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Pelicans trail by 10.
You know, even at his age and having slowed down over the years, Jason Terry's still one of the best clutch shooters in the league and the ability to run the pick and roll. He just understands the nuances of how to spring that screener free or find a shot for himself.
And Bloch kicks to Terry. Down low, here's Evans. Rejected by Steamsma. And he recovers it. And so here is New Orleans. Outside Gordon. He feeds it to Steamsma. Rivers kicks to Gordon. And he gets it to go. Gordon's got 20. And of course for Terry in the pick and roll, he can punish you if you sag off him.
A terrific shooting combo guard. He's better off guarding point guards at the other end, though. So in Dallas, where they cross-matched him with Jason Kidd, that was an ideal setup for him.
That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Terry's got the lead up to 13 now for Brooklyn.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Now, here's Aminu, guarded by Kirilenko, and the basket by Gordon.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Gordon against Terry. Outside Kirilenko. Just 5 to shoot. Poked loose. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops. The Nets making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And both free throws good for Kirilenko. Pelicans trail by 13. Now Rivers. He's got 9. Kicks it to Anderson. He dishes it to Gordon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Joe Johnson picks one up.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
The Pelicans have not set the world on fire at the free throw line. They're just 6 of 12.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
That free throw good from Gordon. Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Williams. Cannot hit. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Nets out in front. They're up by 11. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pelicans trail by 11. Rivers dishes to Evans. He kicks it to Anderson. Feeds to Rivers. The 3. That's good. Rivers has got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Pelicans. Nets leading by 8. Outside Williams. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. Lopez outside. From 10 feet out, Evans with the rebound. Evans has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Rivers against Johnson. Rivers passes to Evans. Dishes to Smith. And the shot is good.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Williams kicks to Lopez. Baseline J on the way, and that one's good. And the Nets lead by 8.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Smith against Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Davis is checked in for the Pelicans. Holiday comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Nets leading by 8. And here is Williams. Pass to Lopez. With the shot, hits the jump hook.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Garnett against Davis. And the powerful one-handed slam. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw. The defensive presence was almost non-existent. And they may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. Timeout called, the Nets.
You know, you look at Paul Pierce, and his body doesn't speak strength. He because he doesn't have a ton of definition, but you watch him finish against bigger players on a consistent basis. It's not until you bump into him that you recognize how power-packed he is and how strong he is.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying to his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you've put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
And thank you for that, Doris. And Pierce, 6'7", 235. He uses that size and strength, always has. A good rebounder, tough defender. He has been this wonderful player for such a long time. And again, what I like with just the single franchise.
Yeah, and you think about his matchups against LeBron James in the playoffs over the years. Here's one of the few wings who wasn't overpowered by James, just a sign of how strong he is. And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Evans. Count that one.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with the defender draped all over him, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And what he can do with the ball in his hands borders on miraculously ridiculous sometimes. He's broken a few ankles in his day, that's for sure.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Gordon, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. Joe Johnson picks one up.
Well, you know, Eric Gordon, when he's healthy, is really an explosive and efficient scorer. He's able to spread the floor with his three-point shooting, and he is relentless in attacking the rim for hoops when he's healthy.
And he makes the first. And Gordon standing just 6'3", but with his powerful frame, he's able to power his way often to the rim.
Yeah, he's so good using his strength to get inside and draw contact to get to the line and finish plays in which he's been fouled.
And both free throws good for Gordon.
Injury has always been the big concern when you talk about Eric Gordon, but if you're a team, you have to roll the dice on him just because he's such an explosive scorer when he's healthy.
Johnson dishes to Lopez.
Looking at the game for Lopez, he's got 8 points and he has sent a bunch of shots in reverse.
Well, and because of that, there's now a serious intimidation factor working in their favor.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
And guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
He's off on the first. So we can't get either to fall. Pelicans trail by 7. Gordon the pass to Holiday. The feed to Evans. Back to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. A second chance effort. And yep, the lay-in is good that time from Davis. Davis has got 19 points.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Williams kicks to Lopez. Lets it go from 14. Another shot, and it's blocked by Gordon. Evans against Lopez. Here's Holiday. The dish to Gordon. Evans against Pierce. And that's Evans penetrating. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Evans has got 9 points now in just the second half. Holiday against Williams. Pass to Johnson. Fades back. Another miss by Johnson. Pelicans trail by 3. Holiday attacking outside Davis. Holiday dishes to Davis. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. Pierce with the steal.
And that passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat to get that steal. Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
The Pelicans have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. Holiday, the pass to Gordon. He feeds it to Evans. Now the pass to Smith. That's good. Smith's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches, and I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Here's Williams. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Now here is Holiday. He dishes it to Gordon. Here's Davis. Brooklyn with the rebound. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Kicks to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Lopez. And Davis sends it back. Lopez, no luck.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding, so important in a tight game. We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
Here's Garnett, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
No, he hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Johnson. And taken away by Johnson. Feeds it to Williams. 6 to shoot. Pierce for 3. Offensive rebound, nets. Lopez, no luck.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Outside Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Gordon. Pierce with the steal. Williams up on top. Defended by Gordon. Here's Johnson. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter. Pelicans trail by 7. Holiday with it. Gordon off a pick from Smith. And the basket by Gordon.
What's going on defensively there? A lack of focus, no concentration. Too easy.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Johnson against Gordon. Garnett. The shot no good. Great D that time from Davis. New Orleans has gone 4 of 6 from outside the arc tonight. Holiday dishes to Evans. Holiday with it. He's picked up by Lopez. 6 on the shot clock. Left side Davis. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets. Johnson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Williams kicks to Johnson. Johnson right side. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Looking to get it going. They grab their own miss. Pierce against Gordon. Right side, Gordon. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Lopez. Johnson against Howard. And he gets it to go. And it's now 22 points for Joe Johnson. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 7. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Jason Kidd had some words for his team over that last break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Williams. Coach detailed the ways to ensure he's the one in charge out there, with the ball in his hands and the rest of the players falling in line behind him. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. So Coach waited until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Lopez outside. In low to Garnett. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Garnett's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint, and when you can get them, you got to score them.
Gordon for 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And that's now 33 points for Eric Gordon. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're up by 4. There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Johnson against Gordon. Johnson kicks to Garnett, dishes it to Lopez, and that one's good. And the Nets lead by 6. New Orleans gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Davis sets a screen beyond the arc. Johnson with the block, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
We've got 33 seconds left in the game, and that's an intentional foul.
New Orleans needs to do a better job guarding against Pierce.
He's got 17 points, and he's stolen the ball 4 times. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Well, that's not a combination too many players are capable of either, guys.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. 32 seconds left in the fourth. New Orleans has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Offensive rebound. Smith. Got it. Good job in the low post. Here is Williams. And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And a new group in for the Nets. Andre Bloch, he's checked in for Lopez. Evans comes in for Kevin Garnett. Andre Kirilenko's checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Terry in for Johnson. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 8. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. John Livingston, he's checked in for the Nets. We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Rivers. His three-pointers off the mark. Livingston passes to Terry. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And, folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Deron Williams.